closer to the trade deadline, starting to pick up steam for which teams are the real contenders, adding some talent there. First team was the Indiana Pacers, traded for Pascal Siakam. Ever since I believe it's 2018, Pascal Siakam's pretty much been averaging 20 to 22 points a game. He was averaging 22 points a game this year, and then really came on in that Kawhi Toronto Raptors series. And then you give Tyrese Halliburton just another guy who can score 20 points here. So if you were to rate it, do you think it's better to have Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, or do you think Pascal and Halliburton are going to be the better team who could potentially get to a semifinals this year?
Yeah, I think that this is a win for the Pacers 100% because for the Pacers, I think that you have two players who I think are better than the other two. Um, with Halliburton and Siakam, Siakam has the most transition points this year, and Halliburton has the most transition assists this year.
Oh Lord.
So we're talking about a team in transition that's going to be hard to stop. And I think Pascal Siakam's a really underrated player in the NBA. I don't think he's a one by any means, but pairing him with Halliburton, with how good Halliburton's been this year, that Pacers team, I do think that they can win a playoff series. If they were to match up with a team like the Knicks, I do think they can win. So I think their ceiling is making like I don't know if injuries occur to the Bucks or Celtics. I think maybe they can make a title game, but honestly, second round matchup for them, I think that's definitely something that's attainable.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna beat the Bucks. I don't think gonna beat the Celtics. But if you can be that 4 seed, the other team that isn't Philadelphia there, I think you would have a great chance. Currently, you're towards the bottom of the conference. I think they're the 7 seed at this point, but just adding a player like Siakam, you have Rick Carlisle there as your head coach right now, currently, and then Halliburton was able to beat the Celtics in a big game, even though the Celtics didn't want to advance in the in-season tournament. Halliburton was balling out, and then this is a team that has been one of the highest leading teams as far as assists and passing, and it's not like a Russell Westbrook type where he's just dribble, dribble, dribble until you're wide open under the basket. He's been great at distributing it, and then you're able to trade Sabonis for Halliburton, and then you sign Bruce Brown, trade away a second round pick to the Raptors and some more draft compensation, and then you get another big wing there who you can pair with Miles Turner at center, who can also hit threes and run in transition with Halliburton. So excited to see the Pacers be good again. They haven't really been that good since they lost Paul George, and then it was Roy Hibbert and David West. So hopefully next year they can go out there and get another piece.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be a really good team, and I think that this is going to be a team that wins a few playoff series in the next coming years. And this
Yeah.
year, I think that they could definitely win a playoff series and make some noise.
Yeah, and I think with the NBA this year, I want to see like if the Bucks are really good with Dame and Giannis in Milwaukee, if that changes like the narrative with players like only wanting to go to like LA, Miami, and New York and potentially settling for maybe it's a more homey city in the Midwest. Maybe not everyone wants to go to Indiana, but look, it worked when Dame went to Milwaukee. We don't necessarily need to be in one of these big league franchises like the Clippers, like the Spurs, or like the Celtics to actually go out there and win a title. Maybe a player would be fine just living in Indiana for a year.
Yeah, and I think that when you do something like that, you do something that's special for a small organization, right? Where, maybe it's going to, you mentioned Milwaukee, right? How small of a city Milwaukee is. You rally around not just that city, but also the whole entire state at that point.
Yeah.
We see what's going on in Detroit with the Lions and how much it's rallied that city. A city that, is part of the Midwest and kind of a small grinder city. So if you're able to succeed in a small town, then you're able to become a hero for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Just look at Jokic in Denver
Yeah, that's a prime example right there.
and Giannis when he won the title there. So